Your enemies will be the members of your own household. Xiefeng. Matthew 10 verse 36 states, "A man's enemies will be the members of his own household." If these words were spoken by an ordinary person, they would likely be met with outrage, possibly leading to their expulsion from the family or being labeled as ungrateful, disrespectful, or even insane. The issue is that these words were spoken by the Son of God, the Savior of humanity, Jesus Christ. It's hard to fathom why the members of one's own household would be considered one's enemies. Aren't family members the ones who care about our daily needs, our comfort and pain? Would strangers be concerned about us? Without our family members, what reason would there be to continue living? If we don't care for our family, can we still be considered human? If our family members are our enemies, should we abandon them and leave home? That seems absurd. But hold on, Jesus' words carry profound meaning. This statement is not directed at ordinary people, but at those who wish to walk the path of the greatest Creator, at sages and saints. As Jesus said, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to tear you to pieces." The Buddha only taught the Dharma to those who sought the Mahayana, the highest path, not to those content with lesser vehicles. The celestial Laozi also said, "The highest type of man hears the Tao and practices it diligently. The average man hears the Tao and practices it now and then. The lowest type of man hears the Tao and laughs at it loudly. If he did not laugh, it would not be the Tao." Jesus came to save us, to lead us to the kingdom of heaven, which is to say, to enjoy the blissful life of the kingdom of the greatest Creator. According to the revelations of Lifechanyuan, this means breaking free from the constraints of human existence and living in heaven, the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world. How can a person on earth live in heaven? My fellow townsfolk, comrades, friends, and brothers, this is not an easy task. It requires a complete transformation, transcending the ordinary. Jesus taught us, "Truly I tell you, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny." What Jesus means is that if we do not repay all our earthly debts, even down to the last penny, we will never escape the bonds of this world and enter heaven. It is said, when given a drop of water, one should repay it with a spring, and repaying debts is a universal truth. Favors are not debts, but in times of need, one might sell even their cooking pot, goes the saying. No matter what kind of debt it is, monetary, emotional, or even a blood debt, if we owe it, we must repay it. If we cannot repay it in this life, we will have to repay it in the next, even if it means becoming oxen, horses, pigs, or dogs. Until all debts are settled, we can forget about living in heaven. Here's the problem: throughout our lives, how much debt have we accumulated with our family members? The debt of our parents' nurturing, the debt of our children's filial piety, the debt of the care and help from siblings and relatives, and the debt of the unwavering love and care from our spouses. How do we repay these debts? If we cannot repay these debts, we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven and enjoy its beautiful life. With this in mind, aren't our family members the stumbling blocks preventing us from reaching heaven? Aren't they our enemies? Furthermore, when we wish to focus on spiritual cultivation, to leave the secular world behind, to aspire to the life of heaven and engage in discussions with fellow seekers, to devote all our time and energy to selfless, willing service, who holds us back? Isn't it our family members? Aren't these family members our enemies? Living in this world, when will it ever be enough? When will the suffering of this world end? The pain of separation by death, illness, disaster, unfulfilled desires, the worries of food, clothing, shelter, and transportation, how long will it last? The burdens of electricity bills, water bills, fuel costs, phone bills, transportation fees, tuition fees, and so on, when will it all come to an end? When humanity's wisdom was relatively shallow, and we had no understanding of the life of heaven or the way to it, a bad life is better than a good death. But now that we are on the brink of universal awakening, with some standing at the forefront of subconscious awakening, and a multitude of angels descending to earth to clearly depict the scenes of heaven, the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world, and point out the way to it. It is better to die a good death than live a bad life. We should strive to break free from the bonds of family and the inherent consciousness of humanity and wholeheartedly march toward heaven. What does it mean to be reborn? What does it mean to transcend the mundane? Can one be reborn easily? Can one transcend the mundane while clinging to thoughts of bringing glory to one's ancestors and leaving a lasting legacy? If one cannot let go of anything, personal biases, narrow-minded views, or the belief that the world revolves around oneself, how can one transcend the mundane? If one cannot let go of one's country, ethnicity, political party, religion, or family, how can one transcend the mundane? If one cannot let go of one's spouse, how can one transcend the mundane and ascend to the clouds? This is mine. That is mine. What is truly yours? When you die, none of it is yours. The debts you owe are yours. Some ignorant people think death ends all debts. Keep dreaming. Even after death, you must continue to repay your debts. Death is not the final destination of life. There is no way to settle all your debts through death. Stop burning incense and kowtowing, and start repaying your debts. The people in your household are your enemies, repay their debts first. Until every penny is repaid, forget about living in heaven. People, guard your spouses, families, ethnicities, religions, political parties, and countries well, for they are your tickets to reincarnation. Wealthy people, guard your money well, for it is your ticket to hell.